How is it now, Prabhu? Is it okay? Or
Yeah, very little.
very little.
I don't know what is the problem, but today the voice is very feeble.
Hare Krishna. Maybe I'm speaking with less. So now also it is like that, or
Now it is better. Now it is better.
okay, maybe
Maybe you may have to speak little closer or louder.
Yeah, little closer and louder. Okay. Please let me know in between also if you have some.
Yeah, please put on a record.
Yeah, I have kept.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll continue our discussion. Yeah. So like Kunti Maharani prayers we have seen, and when Kunti Maharani when she prayed to the Lord, so Lord was very happy, and he smiled, and he was like conquered by the love of Kunti Maharani, and he decided to he was about to leave, so Kunti Maharani implored him not to leave, so he stayed back for some time, and then after, so he stayed, so that is like we can say the success of Kunti Maharani prayers. He was captured. So after some time, again, Lord wanted to go back to Dwarka. Then again, at that time, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he has come and he also requested the Lord to stay back. So Lord again stayed back. So in this way, Lord is always controlled by his devotees. Although he is independent, he is making himself dependent upon his devotees. So from now onwards, like Yudhishthira, one more section is starting here. So where the Lord is performing some superhuman activities to glorify his devotee. Who is that? That is Bhishmadev. So that next chapter is connected with this chapter. So Yudhishthir, at this point of time, he starts lamenting. So he thinks that he is the cause of killing so many people. So just like Arjuna before the war of Mahabharata, he lamented that oh, if I engage in war, so many people will be killed. So Yudhishthir, now at this point of time, he was lamenting that after the war, now because of me only, so many people got killed. So and it is my fault only. And if someone says like for him to when he is in that mode, so many great sages like Vyasadev, they all tried so many ways to pacify him that you are not the cause. And even Krishna also instructed, but still Yudhishthir could not be pacified. So that is like a wonderful Advaita Karmana. The shloka mentions that Krishna is instructing, but still he is performing Advaita Karmana, and Yudhishthir is not getting satisfied. So that means Lord Krishna is also there in the heart of Yudhishthir. So he is instructing, but in the heart, he is not allowing Yudhishthir to get convinced. So that he like so that when his devotee Bhishma, he gives, then Yudhishthir will get satisfied. So he wanted to show the position of Bhishma to everyone. So that is why he is called as Advaita Karmana. And so the what is like Yudhishthira's lamentation is also the influence of Lord's Yogamaya, just like Arjuna was kept under illusion by Yogamaya. These are like eternal associates of the Lord. They are free from all the defects, but still under the internal potency of the Lord, they are under put into this illusion. So what is his lamentation? His lamentation, Yudhishthira, is that all these people, everyone lost their relatives, everyone friends, and everyone is suffering because of me. And see just the ignorance in my heart, because for my sake, for the sake of I want to achieve kingdom. So therefore, I have I went and attacked Duryodhana and I killed so many people. So many armies were killed. And because of that, so many children, Brahmanas, relatives, friends, everyone, they are all killed. And because of that, I will not be relieved from hell even for 10,000 years. So if you say that there is no sin for a king in killing for the right cause, that doesn't apply to me because Duryodhan was ruling and I only went and attacked. So it's not that others have come and attacked me. So therefore this will not apply to me, and therefore I cannot counteract that so many women are suffering. So all this their husbands are killed. So I am responsible for that. And if you say you just perform some material welfare or sacrifices in order to counteract all the sin, so that sacrifice again involve another killing of animals. So just like a muddy pot cannot be cleaned by another mud, or a wine pot cannot be cleaned using wine. So I cannot clear all these simple activities with another sacrifices and killing animals. So like that he was lamenting. So no one was able to pacify him. So at that time, the Krishna and others, they suggested that we will go to Bhishma. So Bhishma will give the right direction. So hearing that, everyone went to Bhishma. So Bhishma at this point of time, he was like we know in the war, 18 days war, and the 10th day Bhishma was shot arrows by Arjuna, and he was like lying down. He was not yet departed, but he was lying down on Ampashaya, what is called as arrows of in an arrow bed. So he was still living. So therefore, Krishna, he has the benediction of Swachanda Mrityu. It means he can die whenever he wants. So therefore, Bhishma is waiting for some Uttarayana. So he was lying down in that side, nearby that battlefield. So Krishna took Yudhishthira and all others to Bhishma to show the greatness of Bhishma, and also once he has lot of knowledge, and once Bhishma departs, the like knowledge is like it's like knowledge needs to be shared. So all the knowledge will be with Bhishma only. It will not be shared. So therefore, he took all the Yudhishthira and others to Bhishma. So then Yudhishthir, he started moving there to Bhishma along with his brother son Krishna. Krishna especially made Yudhishthir and his brothers look very royal because Bhishma Dev, he is like he cherishes that finally the kingdom is attained by Yudhishthir, and he was like in the royal attire, and he was nicely situated that he wanted to show. So they are all nicely dressed, and Krishna also went along with Arjuna and all others, and other Brahmanas, they all followed. So they seeing that Brahmana, he was like a Bhishma, who was like a Devata falling on the earth. All the Pandavas, they offered their obeisances. Bhishma at that time, he was like kind of lying down on the bed, arrow bed. So like he cannot, when some Atiti comes, they will go and receive. But here Bhishma cannot go out. So therefore he knows how to receive according to time and place. So not only Pandavas, all the great sages from all over the universe came at that point of time, because they came to know that Pandavas and Krishna, they are approaching Bhishma for knowledge. So great personalities like Narada Muni, Vyasa, Gautam Muni, Vashishta, Atri Muni, Kaushik Muni, so like that, Brihaspati, so many people who are well known for their knowledge and sages, they all came in order to offer respects to Bhima when he is about to depart. So that time Bhishma, in order to welcome them, he praised them. So according to time and place, because he cannot get up, he offered welcomes through his greetings, through his mouth. So then Bhishma, he knows the power of Krishna, he knows the position of Krishna. Therefore, he worshipped Krishna, who is the Lord of the universe, and also at the same time, that Krishna is situated in his own heart. So, and now Bhishma could understand that out of his own mercy, Krishna has come in order to bestow benediction for him. So, therefore, Bhishma welcomed Krishna, and so his Bhishma's eyes are flowing with tears because Krishna has come. And Pandavas, they are all sitting around Bhishma. And Pandavas also had a lot of affection for Bhishma. So they are sitting there with love and humility. So that time, seeing the Pandavas, Bhishma, he encourages them, pacifies and encourages Pandavas. So he says that, like for them, he says that, oh, so many miseries or so many injustices are happened to you. So it doesn't, like, you are always Vipra Dharma Achyut Ashrayaha. So you always taken shelter of Vipra, Brahmanas, Dharma, and religiosity, and Achyuta, the Supreme Lord. So since you have taken shelter of Vipra Dharma Achyuta, so you should not live your life in suffering, because that is not proper. That is not proper. That is not good. So how it is like so many miseries and injustices you have taken, you have undergone, although you have taken shelter of Vipra Dharma and Achyuta. And what are those sufferings? Kunti Maharani, her her husband died very like when you are all children. So there are so many difficulties raising children when husband is not there. So all that suffering Kunti went. So many sufferings you have come. So what can be the reason that you are suffering? So in this section, the reasons why Pandava is suffering are that, like how apparently there seems to be suffering, that is being analyzed by Bhishma. So he's saying that Sarvam Kala Krutam Manye Bhavatam Cha Yad Apriyam Sapalo Yadvashe Rupo Vayo Riva Ganavali. So all these things, what is the cause of our suffering? That cannot be said. So because, like generally people say, oh, you are suffering because you might have done something, some sins in your past life. But that cannot be applied to these Pandavas. So it is very difficult to find out any sins in Pandavas because they are all religious personified. Yudhishthira is like incarnation of Dharma. So he doesn't have any irreligiosity. So therefore there are no prarabdha karma. So prarabdha karma means the karma that one is undergoing in this current body, that is called as prarabdha karma. So therefore Pandavas does not have any prarabdha karma. So one cannot explain that they are suffering out of prarabdha karma. So therefore, it is all based on the time. So the time is the cause, timing acting as an assistant. So like that he says. And then like he points out that in you there is the Dharmasutta Raja, your Yudhishthir is Dharmasutta, is son of Dharma, religious personified. And that means there is piety in him. And there is Bhima, who is the Vikodara, who is the holder of club. So, like there is a power of strength with you, and Arjuna is carrying Gandiva. So there is a there is like skill in you, and then Krishna, Suhrud Krishna, your friend is Krishna, who is like kind of directing you. So good management is there, strength of knowledge is there. Still, you are lamenting. So all these only be uh, attached to only the time factor. So the conclusion is like no one can understand. So this is the main conclusion he is giving, that nahi asya karhichit rajan puman veda vidiksitam yadvi jignasaya yuktam muhyanti kavayopihi. So like the conclusion that why all these people, why are like seems to be so many reversals, is that no one can no one can understand the plan of Krishna. So even if someone tries to analyze, then why his devotees are suffering, so then like even Muhyanti Kavayopihi, even if they inquire, they will also get bewildered. So it's no one in this world can understand the plan of the Lord. One can simply follow, like can simply act upon the uh, plan of the Lord. One can understand what is the plan of the Lord. So, like basically the conclusion of what Bhishma is telling is that generally devotees, like Pandavas, when you see someone says they are suffering, so that is actually the plan of Krishna. No one can understand why they are put into it. And some all these things, they can they can these all these sufferings, they will only increase the love of his devotees towards Krishna. So in that way he will cause. So in general, this subject of why devotees suffer, that will addressed in other sections of Bhagavatam also. So basically there are like 2-3 cases here. In the case of pure devotees like Pandavas, this is the will of the Lord in order to show to the world that how the devotees always depend upon the Supreme Lord. And all the acts of these things, they will only increase the love of these devotees. Their prema will increase. Like Draupadi, when she is put in trouble, her prema only increased. So that is for pure, like pure devotees. But in case of sadhakas, the sufferings, Lord may give suffering to sadhakas who are not yet pure, because even the sadhakas suffering is not due to their karma, but it is also arranged by the Lord only, so that their impurities will be removed. Like sadhakas, when they have some negative tendencies, by that suffering, they will rectify that situation. So that is also like injected by the, the Lord using by his will. So in that way, one can understand why devotees are suffering. And for in the case of pure devotees, it is the will of the Lord, and no one can understand that the plan of Krishna. Therefore, simply saying that accept the plan of Krishna and follow him, and therefore you just, oh Yudhishthir, just accept this plan of Krishna, so that everything the persons who are suffering are enjoying, everything is depending upon Krishna. So therefore you just follow him, whatever situation he has kept you, you just follow him, and taking direction from him, you protect the helpless citizens. So there are all the citizens, they are without any guide. So you take lead and lead them to Krishna. So the main purpose of ruling is that you have to make them understand Krishna and lead them Krishna. So therefore you direct them. So in this way, accept the plan of the Lord. Like so, that's how Bhishma is telling that just follow Krishna. And he is further telling that this Krishna, who you are seeing here, he is Bhagavan Sakshat. He is the original personality of Godhead. And Adyo Narayana, he is the original Narayana. And Puman, he is the original Purusha. But like Yudhishthir may say that you are saying no one can understand the plan of the Lord. this Lord is situated in front of us, so why don't we ask him directly? He can tell. But Bhishma is saying that Mohayan Maya Lokam Gudaschariti Vishnu. So he, even if we ask out of his Maya, he will simply bewilder us and secretly moves. Like as a, am I so intelligent, like that Krishna may say something and we will not understand. So in this way, he is Gudaschariti Vishnu. That means no one can understand his activities out of secretly, like without others notice, he moves there. So in this way, therefore, no one can understand. Even the Mahajanas like Shiva, Narada, Kapila, so these things they will able to understand the Lord's glories. So even they also cannot understand the Lord's intentions, but they can understand the Lord's different glories, their anubhavas, how their Lord reciprocate with his devotees. So all those things the Mahajanas like Lord Shiva and Narada and others can understand. But even then, these people also cannot understand the complete intention or plan of the Lord. They know the glories of the Lord. So that Lord, he is having so he is having the so that they will understand that whatever the Lord perform, so all those activities will simply increase the love of his devotees. So Lord will increase his devotees bhakti by giving problems to him. So therefore, but still no one knows the plan of the Lord. This way he gets. So, and you are considering this Lord as your cousin, friend, and charioteer. So, in this way, he is, although he is the Supreme Lord, he is acting for you as a cousin, charioteer. So, because out of love, he is acting in all these ways. So, all these great things, all the great Mahajanas will understand. And he has so many wonderful faultless qualities, like he is sarvatmana, means he is the soul of everyone, even of Arjuna, and he is samadrisha, he is like he sees everyone equal to himself, and because he is the soul of everyone, and he is advaya, means like for him Krishna, he is expanded him everywhere. So therefore there is no one except him. In that sense, he is advaya, and he is anahamkrite. So he doesn't have any pride. So in this way, Lord has so many faultless qualities. So he is filled with prema, and he is therefore for him, like for him, when he is performing his activities, there is no suffering from his actions of prema. So you are all the example is of Yudhishthir. You are all the examples that although you are situated, uh, although you are situated here, but you are completely controlling the Lord. You are completely controlling the Lord out of your prema. So he is like what like he is like someone may question why the Lord is acting like a charity for us. So he is like Bhishmadev is answering that although he has all these wonderful qualities, because he is controlled by your prema, he is acting in all these things. So all these glories the Mahajans knows how Lord reciprocate with his devotees. And there another example that how Lord reciprocate with his devotees. See, for me only, who is dedicated to him, in order to give mercy to me at the time of when I am about to leave this body, he has directly come here to give me his darshan. So therefore, who else can be more merciful than him? So this is another nature of Lord's unflinching devotee, Bhaktavatsalita. So all these glories that Mahajanas want. So, and he further says that when a devotee, when with bhakti, bhaktya vesha manoesmi, with bhakti one puts his mind on Krishna and Vacha Ennam Kityan, and it is with his words when he glorifies Krishna. So at the time of leaving his body, he will be completely freed from all the karmas, becomes free from all karmas on giving up his body. So therefore, I request the Lord, may I remain here, may Lord remain here till I quit my body. So basically, the principle that Vishwadev is saying that anyone who is about to die, at the time of death, when someone, whatever form or whatever thing he is remembering, he will carry that in his next life. So therefore, Sadeva Deva Bhagavan Pratikshtam. So that the Supreme Lord Bhagavan should be waiting here at the time of when I am leaving my body, when I am leaving my Kalevara. So what is that form? That form is like Prasanna Hasaruna Lochana Ullasan. He has beautiful smile and his eyes are very beautiful and his lotus face is very beautiful. He is having Chaturbhuja. So this form I should be able to see. So at the time of my departure. So this is how he kind of requested the Lord to stay at the time of his departure. So in this way he prayed. So that time, encouraged by Krishna and others, Yudhishthir approached and inquired from Bhishma about so many different knowledge. So in Mahabharata, this conversation between Yudhishthir and Bhishma is elaborated more. It's like around like Mahabharata, if we say 6 books are there, around one book, 1.5 book is like dedicated to Yudhishthir and Bhishma's conversation, where so many dharmas like Varnashrama dharma, what is Vairagya, what is Dana dharma, Raja dharma, Moksha dharma, Stri dharma, Bhagavat dharma, and dharma, moksha, all these things he elaborately described. So, and that knowledge at the time of like it went for days and days. So everyone heard all that knowledge from Bhishma Dev. So everything he has narrated, and he has narrated by all these characteristics using so many stories, the histories, so many instances from the previous histories he narrated. So in this way, Dharma, Yudhishthir has learned so many instructions from Bhishma Dev. So at that time, so this is like in Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata, it is very elaborately described, but in Bhagavatam, it is very concisely that mentioned that he has given all this knowledge to Bhishma. So like after giving that knowledge, so at the time of his departure, so Bhishma Dev, he was like slowly withdrawing his mind from all other subjects. So he was like, he has fought so many battles, right? And he has like, he was there counseling the Hastinapur politics. So from so many years and so many battles he has fought, so many things he has observed his mind in so many things. But now, at the time of his death, he is withdrawing all his mind from all those topics, and he is fixing his focus on the Lord. So, Lord, who is Supreme Person, who is having Chaturbhuja and Pitavasa, and the Supreme Form, who is just there, standing before him, and he started meditating there, and seeing that, like, because of that meditation, he is like completely cleansed of all contamination, anything physical fatigue from fighting, and all the wandering senses. By Krishna's mercy, he was able to fix on Krishna, and he started praising Krishna with so many wonderful prayers. So Bhishma's prayers are mentioned here. So his prayer is that my mind should be engaged. All my thinking, feeling, and willing should be now engaged in you, O Lord. So it should not get diverted to other places. And this Lord, this Supreme Lord, he as a pastime, he is completely in bliss in spiritual world, and sometimes as a pastime in the form of Purusha avatars, he contacts, he not contacts, he accepts Maya by his glance, and by which this whole material world produces. So this is how the Lord by Purusha avatara creates this whole material world. And to that Lord, that Supreme Lord Bhagavati is the Supreme Personality, who is the Tattvata Pungave. He is not only like generally Bhagavan, you may say Narayana, but he is not, he is he is famous as Sattvata Pungave, means he is the Lord of all the Yadu dynasty. And Vibhumni, he is also the great, he's superior to even all others, including Narayana. So in this way, this I know you are the Supreme Lord. So therefore, let me have Rati for you, O Krishna. So here he is not directly addressing Krishna, although he is situated in front of him. His prema increased in such a way that he is like he is completely absorbed in Krishna and he is addressing in third person. Let me have my affection for Krishna, like that he is saying. So he is saying this prayer that Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Vatnam Ravikara Gauravaram Varam Dadam Vapuralaka Pulavrutamam Vijaya Sakhira Tirastumina Vadya. He is Tribhuvana Kamanam. He is the for all the three worlds, he is the most supremely beautiful object, and everyone wanted, all the three worlds are desiring him. Tamala Vanna, he is having the color of Tamala tree, bluish color, and he is like Ravikara Gaura Varambaram Dadani. So his ambara, his clothing is looking like Ravikara, that means rays of sun. Gaura, like shining rays of sun, that means yellow cloth he is wearing. And Vapur, Alaka Kulavruta Ananabjam. So his like his lotus face is surrounded by locks of hair wonderfully. Alaka Kulavruta Ananabjam. And Vijay Sakhe, so that Lord, who is that Lord? He is the friend of Arjuna, Vijay Sakhe. Rati Rastu Menavatya, let me have Rati for that Vijay Sakha. So here the Bhishma Dev prayers to Krishna is that he wanted to have the Rati for Partha Saradi or Vijay Sakha, like where is Bhishma Dev has the rasa of Virya rasa with Krishna. So therefore, he is remembering this pastime, and at the end of his life, he will be transported to another universe where he will be able to see where Krishna is performing these pastimes. So all the Krishna's Leela are eternal Leela. So all the Leelas of Krishna, they are all taking place in some universe or the other. So Bhishma Dev is in Rati of Vejaras and wanted to see always Krishna in that Rati. So he will be transported to there. So he wanted to have Rati for Vijay Sakha. So why? So that he is explaining here. In battlefield, when Krishna is driving the chariot of Arjuna, so Arjuna is not able to see the face of Krishna, but Bhishma is in front of this chariot, so he was able to see the face of Krishna. So how is that Krishna in battlefield? He is constantly and the horses, he is like guiding the horses constantly, and his face is like covered by the dust raised by the horses, and he was putting lot of effort in controlling these horses and in protecting Arjuna. So therefore there is lot of perspiration on his face, and his armor shone very brightly, and this armor was pierced by my sharp arrows. So in this way, I was meditating on Krishna's form in the battlefield, and I am fighting. And the what are the activities that he is performing. So when Arjuna, Arjuna is like friend of Krishna, so he is directing, please put my chariot in front of the both armies, and he is simply following the order of Krishna, Arjuna, keeping his ratha in between the in between the two armies. And Arjuna is, and just by his glance, Krishna is looking into the opposite party, and by seeing that opposite party, he is removing all their prarabdha karmas, and they are like they are when they are when they are leaving their body, they are attaining the spiritual body. So to that Pathasaka, let me have my rati for that Pathasaka. So he is again and again praying that I should have rati, that is prema for this Pathasaka, the chariot driver of Arjuna, as a friend of Arjuna. So Bhishma Deva, out of love for Arjuna, when Arjuna was put in the illusion that he is told he will not fight in that moha, so that time Lord, he enlightened Arjuna, he destroyed the ignorance of Arjuna, and he made him fight. And one more pastime at this point of time, he was remembering that he sacrificed his own promise in order to fulfill my promise. So actually, Bhishma, that we know that Lord, he took a promise that he will not lift weapon in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And Bhishma, so on the ninth day, what happened on some day? It happens that Bhishma, Duryodhana insults Bhishma that you are not killing Pandavas. So Bhishma becomes angry when Duryodhana insults him. So he says that tomorrow I will kill these Pandavas with these 5 arrows. So, and you keep them very safely with you, like that. He says, and give those arrows to with Duryodhana. So that time, Krishna, knowing that Duryodhana has these 5 arrows, he brings Arjuna and made him ask Duryodhana to return those 5 arrows, because previously, once Duryodhana was saved by Arjuna, so that time Duryodhana asked Arjuna to ask for a book. Arjuna told he will ask later. So that time Arjuna came and took those 5 arrows. So Bhishma's purpose was lost. So he thought that Krishna has made my purpose invalid. So therefore, I will take a promise that tomorrow either I will kill Arjuna or I will make Krishna's promise violation. I will make Krishna's promise violation, like that he takes. So next day he was fighting very seriously, very valiantly with Arjuna. And Arjuna was not able to face Bhishma. So that time, in order to protect Arjuna completely in that mode, immediately Lord, out of anger, he came out of that chariot and he took one wheel and started attacking Bhishma. Started to attack. That time Arjuna came and he kept hold of Krishna's feet, but still Krishna was dragging even Arjuna also in that situation. And then while doing that, his Uttariya was also fell down, but Krishna was not even noticing that. So in this way, he's attacked. So at that time, Bhishma, he became very blissful. Oh, Krishna is coming to kill me. What a fortune. And he welcoming Krishna. So that time, Arjuna finally convinced Krishna to stop, and then Krishna became peaceful. So in order to fulfill the promise of Bhishma, and also in order to make known the world that how he loves his devotee Arjuna and also Bhishma, so he even ready to sacrifice his own promise. Therefore, in this way, Krishna's excellence became famous in this world by satisfying Bhishma. So in this way, he is remembering that, and he is also remembering that when he is afflicted by my sharp arrows, his armor broke and he was covered with blood and he rushed towards me and in order to kill me. So this that Bhishma is hitting Lord's body, that is compared to a when a lover has great attachment, the lover's biting is not considered as like harm. Similarly, Bhishma's arrows on Krishna was like flowers offered by a devotee. So like that he was treating. In that rasa they are exchanging. So and so in this way he was glorifying that Krishna, that I want to have this attachment to you as Padasakand. I should achieve you, O Mukunda. So like that he was praying. And he says that whoever sees Krishna in that way as a charioteer of Arjuna, they, after giving up their body in the battlefield, seeing him, they attained liberation. So, like some people, they like when they are inimical, but still they are seeing Krishna and giving up their body, so they are attaining the merging in Brahman, similar to the Jnanis. So that means even for enemies, when they are seeing Krishna dying, for them also Krishna is showing lot of mercy. So in this way, Krishna is most merciful. Even they are attaining they are attaining liberation. So in this way, he is glorifying. So at this point of time, oh, you are glorifying me in this way in connection with Arjuna. So Arjuna is the greatest recipient of my. He is the one who is having topmost prema. So like that, may Krishna may think. He saying that, but no, there are more superior to Arjuna's love. It is gopis. So gopis' love is supreme even than Arjuna. So he remembers the pastimes with the gopis, that how Krishna gave lot of respect to gopis. So gopis, he like Krishna even gave lot of respect to gopis, worshipped gopis in the form of by his expert actions, by his emotional displays towards them, by his words and glances. He gave a lot of respect to gopis because of their intense love towards him. So, and they, gopis and Krishna, they are, both of them are blinded by that madness of love, and they responded, both of them, that they both danced together. So Arjuna here is like controlling Krishna in the form of friend, and Krishna became charioteer. But there, like little bit here, there is no equal like at this point of time, there is no equal reciprocation. But in the gopis, both of them are equally reciprocating with each other. So in this way, they are like highly they they are in the Rasalila, they are offering both, each of them offering dancing, song and speech together, and in this way they are highly situated. So in this way, Gopi's love is supreme. So although Bhishma is situated as a Virya Rasa with the Lord, he is remembering gopis so that their mercy, their love, their mercy will fall upon him. He will achieve his own goal. So it is mentioned that like many devotees, they have their own rasa with the Lord, like Uddhava has the rasa of friendship with the Lord. But when they say gopis love who are in Madhurya rasa, his own rasa will enhance. It's not that they will change to other rasa. Their rasa is fixed, but they take inspiration from other devotees in others rasa. So like that, Bhishma is remembering gopis love so that his rasa with the Lord will increase. And the same even in Rajasu Yajna, Bhishma is remembering that Krishna, when he was worshipped in the Rajasuya sacrifice in the Yudhishthir. So I have seen him, and he is like great sages and kings from all over the world. They thought that he is the most wonderful a person to be seen all over the universe. And I also seen that form of Krishna. And that Lord has now become visible to my eyes. I am so fortunate to have his darshan. He has come here. So therefore, I am also remembering that form of Krishna that I say that so that I will be able to remember him. So now that now that my illusion has gone, so that I have now understood that he is only situated in everyone's heart, and he is also situated in my heart also. And that Lord, as a charioteer of Arjuna, is now appearing in my heart. So Bhishmadev's meditation is that he wanted to attain the Lord as a charioteer of Arjuna. So the Lord is now appearing in my heart, and uh, he is the same Lord who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he appears to different devotees according to their mellow. So he is appearing me as a charioteer, and he is pervading my heart completely. And uh, he is he has appeared at the time of battle, and previous to that also he has appeared because of my desire. And he is also like my illusion that now I also understood that same Lord is situated on everyone's heart. So he is situated in even great devotees' heart according to their own rasa. Different devotees will have different rasa, different prema. So he is the same Lord. He is reciprocating with all of these people their particular rasa. So that I understood, and so therefore now I want to have this relationship with this Lord, and I can never give up this form of Krishna as a charity. So I don't have interest in any other form of Krishna. So in this way, I wanted to meditate. So in this way, he is completely meditated on that form that has appeared as the chariot of Krishna. So and he left this world. So therefore, he is kind of meditating on that form. He immediately entered into that universe where the particular pastime of Krishna, the charioteer, is taking place. So is always situated there. And so when others, unintelligent some people, when they saw that Bhishma has left this world, so some of them, they thought that he has attained the Brahman, became silent. But because they are kind of ignorant people, they don't know. But actually, Bhishma, since he is praying for attaining the Lord, so he attained the planet where the Lord is in the form of Parthasarathi. So in this way, Bhishma has attained complete perfection by his meditation on the Lord. So seeing that everyone became silent, and then understanding that he has achieved his perfection, all the devatas, they sounded a nice bubbles, and all the kings praised him. Flowers fell from the sky, and Yudhishthira, he performed last rites for Bhishma, and he became sad for a moment because he lost the association of Bhishma. And but he understood that Bhishma has attained the Lord. So he is he also knows whenever a Vaishnava lives, he attains the Lord. So that is a simultaneously joyous moment as well as sad moment. So joyous moment because the Lord, he is reunited with the Lord. And sad moment because we are leaving the association of that Vaishnava. So Yudhishthir lamentation is is following the custom of the people. So he understood that he did not have a material body to be. So in this way, Yudhishthir he is he performed the funeral rites, and all the sages assembled. They were in joy. They praised Krishna, glorified Krishna, and then they departed to their own places. Everyone knows the position of Krishna, and in this way, they all left to their own places. And Yudhishthira and others, they came back to Hastinapur. And there, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they were all grieving because Bhishma Deva has left his body, and they consoled them. So in this way, they came back, and in this way, with the direction of Bhishma and with the permission of Dhritarashtra and agreement of Krishna, Yudhishthira is perfectly ruling the kingdom according to Dharma. So Yudhishthira is like he's always taking the guidance from all the elders, and is perfectly ruling. So that was mentioned, like Yudhishthir's ruling is such that he is like an ideal monarchy. So his ruling is like perfect example for all the people. So in this way, Bhishma's departure is mentioned in this chapter. So Bhishma Dev's glories are like particularly how he is related to the Lord. You should understand that how he has attained the perfection in the form of attaining the Lord's plan. So this is about the Bhishma Dev. Yeah, stop here. There are anything you want to ask or add?
Thank you, Prabhu.
This is very good. Thank you very much. This is